Greetings. Alright, blessings. Thank you for joining. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Fifth Dimension. Going into the fourth dimension, into the fifth dimension. Alright, for tonight's connections, kind of a little bit of recap from yesterday of absolute insanity. I'm talking about the radio show, but first I'm gonna jump around a little bit. The Overseer, what's the name I'm giving it? It's like the referee. I was in Sarasota yesterday, and I just saw this being in the sky, not very clearly, but obviously it was connecting to me. It was like a giant. It was a giant, and I call it, it's like a referee of other beings and what's going on here. It's fucking crazy. So it gives you an idea of what's here. The normal is coming to an end. This is the normal. The old world is being shifted out slowly. Obviously, I'm going through weird changes. About my DNA is being shifted right now. For the better. For connecting more, I have to give myself a little bit of break. But yesterday I was connecting to reptilians a lot and wherever I can get my hands on. Last night I had a message when I woke up in the middle of the night. Anunnaki children. So Anunnaki connection, so I started connecting to them. Of course, I don't remember what I was bringing in, but basically for how it's going from for beings to appear to you. Obviously, everyone's on a different level of what they're comfortable with. It doesn't mean you're going to see a weird-looking reptilian appear. Only reason I've been connecting to them, I've kind of given them a break. There's only so much that you can handle. At least to tap into their reality. But only reason I'm connecting to them is because this is their matrix. There's also Andromedans and obviously other beings. But basically, it's like, imagine maybe people have it where you're going somewhere, or you can't think of anything else. You just have to go to this one place. And you go there and you see somebody that you know, or you just have, wow, that's really weird. I just ran into you. Didn't I just talk to you, or whatever it was, or just have this you see like I had one. I was talking to a friend on the phone, and I ended up like driving right, I was like right behind him. It's like something like that. It's like, that's freaking weird. Just to give you an idea, And around the interstate, it was like, how the hell does that work? How the hell did that happen? I had no idea where this person was either. So it give you kind of an idea. So it's kind of like what connected to the beings. You're like clear your mind and just sort of course they're working with those that they work with their DNA and just like being prepared to see them, basically. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting anytime soon. But at least I feel like I'm being prepared to see them. Now is not the time, but it's maybe 6 months from now, something like that. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Doing a selfie or something like that is unlikely, but you never know. I don't know. Now, last year I had a strong disconnection that they were going to make an appearance, but they never did. But I think it was like they're working on my energy field or whatever it is, but either way, that's what it seems where we're heading. So this is what the fourth dimension is, basically. Letting go of third dimension ideas. The elite operate in fourth dimension or higher, and the idea is for us to even think more fourth dimensionally to see how they operate. Not necessarily that's what's in your cards of what you want to experience. For sightings and all that, it is unclear at this time, so just sort of go with the flow. Give you a little bit. Now I'm going to connect that Overseer in a moment, or whoever I can connect to. Let's see, did the radio show yesterday. It's not really a radio show, but I call it that. Radio program, whatever. and the Kurz showed up, and I wasn't really excited about that. I mean, somebody told me this in the comments. I don't read the comments. I don't feel like getting. I want to live a queer. I want to be able to have a queer thinking. If I look at the comments, I want to be able to think. I got enough. I got enough as it is. I got to deal with and battling that. But that was like manifesting to Kurz negativity or something like that. It's like I can't remember manifest myself out of here. Why do I want to manifest something like that? That was something. I'm not going to go into full details, but this is kind of like a long story. Not really, but there are details that I want to go into because of privacy and all that, not for myself but for others. But it's I mind my own business. I'm driving. I feel like the Kurz energy, and it ain't so kind. It's like months ago. So I've run into her vibration here and there in the past. I didn't say anything, but it wasn't funny. It wasn't pleasant. Let's put it that way. So I saw another side of her, and it's like fighting with her guides or something like that. It was her. That's what I was thinking. Is this a positive side? Is it a negative side of her? So what the fuck? And no, it's her. So bringing it up is like bringing it up about any type of religion, because she's like the Jesus of a certain group. If you want to know what the hell I'm talking about, it's in the radio show. As feeling in the title, it's a recent one. But it's like like even Jesus, as lovely as he is, I think there is some darkness even with him. Yes, there is a lot of positive, but there's also some darkness. I mean, what the hell is he doing in all these churches hanging up like that? I think that's a darkness within him too that wants to connect to humanity. Obviously there's a positive to it, but there's also a darkness to it. There's a little bit of both. So take it how it is, but I'm not going to go into details of that, but it's like heresy talking about that. It's heresy talking about alien church. So but yeah, some are just more comfortable in a church environment, and that's why you have an alien church, and that's fine. Do whatever you want, but realize there are things there that not everyone can connect to, but some of us can connect to it, and it's not pleasant. So anyway, I don't want to dive into that. I don't want to make this the hate show or anything like that, but I see things a little bit differently than others. Yeah, there's a whole other story to that. It goes further. I don't want to, because of privacy, because of another person. I don't want to go into that. It's just, so if you saw the whole story, you might look at things a little bit differently. But, who knows? Might be a time and place for that. I don't want to do that at the moment. So obviously, there's a lot of people saying stuff about me and whatever. I don't care. Just say whatever. I got nothing to fucking hide. So, what you see is what you get, basically. And today I've been just totally zonked out. Jeez. Okay. Let's see here. We have a little bit of an add-on. Actually, I kind of feel like that right now. For those that are new to all this, ivantar.com. We have private sessions. Maybe. This is a scheduler. You want to have a channel, it'd be bizarre. We have Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. We have the shop here. I added a couple of extra things here. I kind of buried it right now, but all the way at the bottom, we have like for tech, like if you need a quick answer, I think this is working. It'd be like a paragraph or a few sentences. Won't be anything. This is 1 to 3 days at least. It's a little bit more than the other, but at least you get it quicker. Because with the audio, I have to go into more depth, and it wears me out sometimes. And we have the deluxe. This is kind of a strange one. It has a well, you have to add the card, but it has like it has different like Saturn and different connections there. I'll have to post it in the description, but it's a little bit unusual from what the usual that you see. I'm not sure if it's basically connecting to planets. Let's put it that way, like a message from a planet. something like that. I'll have to put more detail. Either way, you can click on it. You have to add the card to get more details on it. I guess I can do that here. Well, screw it. I have added to this one. We have same situation here. 7-day delivery. Other channels and healers I do recommend. Social network, and yeah, that's my other self. So, all right, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, this is. Yeah, when you yeah, expect the strangeness. I mean, this is the way it is. When the higher elites operate at a higher level than we do, and they put our society together like we're like it's no big deal, and as we upgrade ourselves, we slowly kind of tap into it. I mean, upgrading is strangeness. A lot of people are not ready for it, but I mean, I don't think alien visitation is going to happen anytime soon because I'm not feeling it. But they'll help with that, like a personal connection. They will help with that because it's going to be part of the ascension, obviously. Yeah, we're not. I mean, I think I'm ready for it, but they're not ready for it, something like that. But they have to prepare. Yeah, because they work within your body and all that too to make sure that you can send and receive and connect with them. They're working on timelines, things like that. So who knows? But either way, I feel like more of a personal contact is getting stronger. Trust me, I'll post it here. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be visual. I mean, if I'll be able to record. I don't know. We'll just see. I know this is all weird for many out there. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I feel like they're working with my DNA, and I've been like totally out of it today. And of course, I need a break every once in a while. But you know, it's inevitable for a shift. I mean, for spacecraft to do disclosure and all that, you know, we have to kind of know what we're dealing with first. Obviously, do their channelings, but to actually connect to the beings physically would help. And even that's going to be very controversial. But at least he'll give you details. It's like, where the hell did you get that from? That can't be channeled, is what I'm gathering. So I feel Andromedans involved with this too. So, you know, it's, yeah, I feel a lot of Andromedan actually. So yeah, it's just the contactee energies are, you know, well, it's going to start increasing over the next couple of years. Let's put it that way. It's inevitable. Maybe, you know, I know some people call it manipulation, whatever it might be called, whatever you want. Yeah, because people feel it's not going to happen, but what if it does happen? Not being afraid of any of this. I mean, channeled energies, yeah, it's just preparing. Channeled messages, good or bad, it's still part of preparation of, you know, where we're heading. And sometimes, yeah, that's the thing with some channelings, it's kind of keeping people in the oven without taking that person out. It's like, we'll keep you, but you're not going to really grow. The idea is for you to grow. Easier said than done. You get used to a message. Growing is not easy. This is, yeah, totally bizarre. But basically just the main message, go with the flow. But, you know, you will be where you need to be, and things will happen as they need to happen. Let's put it that way. So you don't have to constantly try to connect to them. But one thing, though, is connecting like to the reptilians and Anunnaki or whoever. It kind of, like, you want to bring them, manifest them, so use your intuitive energies to connect to them. Because you think I would connect to Argarthian beings and bring them in, but they ain't talking. I mean, Mother Earth will talk. Yeah, Mother Earth will. But the aliens really, because the aliens, like, well, from what I feel, are very, yeah, aliens are like our brothers and sisters. Not to say that Garthians aren't either. It feels like aliens are going to be first. Yeah, it's because we're more familiar with them. That's Mother Earth. We just are through channel messages. It just, you know, they've helped us build our civilization, and the elementals help with the earth. So everyone's going to connect differently. Some will connect to elementals, some will connect to angels. It's different everywhere. Angels are technically alien, however you want to look at it. Alright, well, through Mother Earth's energies, the overseer are many beings. They are, yes, male and female, very, yes, large entities keeping an eye on our existence. Basically, they are playing fair. They do interfere very much mentally, not necessarily physically. Their power alone, they can be miles away and use their abilities to stop abusiveness from other beings. Like alien beings that come here hidden, they can make them be found if they're here illegally. Now, not always. Sometimes they let things get by if they feel like it is helpful for our growth. So they are connected to all the timelines, and they take this very seriously. Emotion, it feels like they're very kind of stiff in emotion. Mother Earth's energies, yes, the aliens are basically connecting more to our dimensions. They are, as you welcome them, their energies will get stronger, and your belief in them will become more known. Yes, there will be a lot of slowness in this because the world is not ready, but those that are ready, you are getting tuned to accept more of their energies. There will be many fear, even in the spiritual communities, because many just fear this will never happen. Yes, they talk about it, but they're not sure if they're ready to actually experience it. But basically, you're opening up the dimensions for a more clear light of where the world is going. There's nothing to fear, only your own fear. Many have built up fear, yes, thinking this is why this is taking so long. It can technically happen right now, but they want to get people ready for it. So yeah, timelines are not for certain. They are working with these vibrations, but it is most likely going to happen when the time, and it'll become normal on your planet where beings will disappear and disappear. This is going to be some time in your future, but you're in the beginning stages of a new reality. It's time for an upgrade, a new way of seeing and believing, and once of all, knowing about yourself. Some of you are going through a great amount of downloads that is very difficult to endure, meaning you might be very tired. These are major downloads that are coming in through certain individuals where you might not be the same person ever again. You'll be a higher dimensional self. You'll just look at things at a higher dimensional level. This is, yes, baby steps. It's a test. Your guinea pig is right in front of you. But others won't go through the agony. It'll be much easier. We want to show the stress of it. So just give it time. That's what matters most. Souls here, yes, are very impatient for something they're not ready for. It is constant on your planet. It's like, I'm ready to get rich, but are you ready to handle that richness? Probably not. So dreams are fun, but they don't always need to come true. But with this experiment, this is needed for a very long time. And many have subjected themselves to much scrutiny, as going through this is not an easy practice of connecting to higher dimensional beings and bringing them into your welcome them into your world. So there's going to be different scenarios that some might see. Some might feel that this is not real because they don't want it to be real. But the inevitable of connecting to the beings is most likely getting stronger with your world. Believe it or not, it's up to you. What matters is that you are right with yourself. You have your world as you want it. You don't have to jump into the seat of alien connections, but do realize you're coming into a new era where, once again, we're just taking it easy with you all. Blessings from Mother Earth. Alright, this is from this overseer being as seen. Feels like a Neptune energy. We are connected to Neptune. We are connected to all your planets, universes. We know you all well. We don't necessarily have a name. You want to call it overseer beings. Call us whatever you want. Godlike beings, we are here to assist you, basically for you to see your higher dimensional selves. As you see yourselves, you will see us. We're just giving you a glimpse. Yes, you don't have to take your medicine just yet. But realize, yes, we work with your earth. And many of you, yes, have an idea of your called fantasy realities that are actually real. And that does not mean you have to see us, because we are very careful of what comes into your reality, but where we are on your world is where we need to be. And yes, we do have a whole another dimension where we can, live. We mostly watch your plans. We live with you. We learn through you. So you don't necessarily have a normal life. We are being, on other dimensions we do, but on your world we have to make sure that all the timelines are going smoothly, because we can't interfere, especially with timeline interrupters. So our energies with you is basically to help you grow up into the higher dimensional of understanding. So many souls here are reluctant to know your future. Your future is what you want it to be. If you want to add an alien higher dimensional being to it, that knowledge will come over time as you want it. Because many, yes, they might want it, but not really. The wider see it at a distance and see it very close. But realize some of you incarnated here to take the hard steps, to basically be unlike anyone on your planet. To bring a new adjustment for others. It's like to change timelines. Sometimes you only need a few individuals to do so. That affects others, as you have seen through world events. Not to go into details with this, not to say this will be a negative event, but sometimes you need a couple individuals to just awaken to turn things around. So this is just a glimpse of what's to come. Nothing to be afraid of. Go about your normal days. Don't expect anything major. It's just that there is going to be a shift of realities. Not to say you will all of a sudden have different clothing and different hairstyles, but a new way of looking at things is slowly being integrated into your world. Now realize this has always been here. It's just brought into your understanding. So what matters most now is just basically to live your life. Many feel like this was never going to happen in their incarnation. But what is it? But a higher knowing, a higher understanding is here for you. As you're graduating from the third dimension into the higher realms of understanding. And yes, it is a gradual process. Many souls here are still having a rough time just getting through your everyday. But adding a higher dimensional level is like, now I gotta deal with that. So some individuals come here where that is what their whole life is about, is shifting dimensions and also changing timelines. And you're kind of seeing it right now. Now nothing has happened dramatically just yet, but over time you will see a shift. It is basically just to live the life the best you can. There's nothing you have to go, you don't have to get a decoder ring or anything like that, or wear certain hats or clothing or whatever. Just live your life the best you can. The universe knows, it works with you. Humans do get impatient. They feel like, oh, did I just miss the ascension? Did I miss a bunch of aliens? Did I miss this? Didn't miss anything. Nothing's quite happened just yet. Your military also will be going through a healing. In due time, you will no longer need it. You got a while for that. The war of humanity within itself. Your soul, basically, some of you are giving higher knowledge to help others find knowledge within themselves. Solely finding, sharing energy. What the fourth dimension is about: sharing knowledge, energies, so you all can be one. Individually, yes. But also you're sharing gifts. You're sharing each other's vibrations. That is what matters. There's nothing like giving, right? But this is energy. This is a overview, a new way of looking at the world. It is priceless. More than any item, your material world was built to keep you in this reality. Everything you see has kept you in this reality. It's been fun for some, and others not so much. But realize their difficulties have been. Those that go through difficulties, we share our love with everyone, but definitely those that have been through a lot of problems, because we realize there's a lot of suffering here, and some don't know how to come out of their own suffering. Some just go into more suffering, and just don't know how to come out of that wheel. So you are all being assisted on understanding. Basically, realizing you're all equal but all different. You have different ways of looking at the world, and that is what makes this life so difficult. Is your difficulties living together with all these strangeness of differences. You're just going in different directions. Sometimes it feels that way, at least mentally. Of course, your society is built to think on a certain level, basically thinking all the same to a degree. There's right, left, in your politics, they kind of keep you in a bubble. But when you start to go up and spiritually, you're everywhere. And you see the limitations of humanity. But even when you are opened everywhere spiritually, it's still a bit difficult to connect to them, because not everyone's connected to exactly what you're connected to. It is a very diverse group here. Realize also your DNA of how you look. You put yourselves together. Different species were involved with it too. Those species is obviously who you're connected to. Some of you can tell in your look, some of you can't, but you can feel the vibrations. Architects of you. You'll be going back to those species. You'll see them more clearly over time. This being helped me with my nose, that being helped me with my hair, etc. Yeah, because you want different points of view. You get different when you're fixing up your timelines, or your body, but even your timeline also. Because can my body handle that timeline? Mental is a different story, as some of you know. They say yes, but some test the limits and push their minds to the limits, as some of you say. That's what alcohol is here for. A diffuser, but not the best one. So as you're putting your, basically, yes, to live your life the best you can, follow your intuition, energies, trust yourselves. You don't have to always trust everyone. Trust who you feel like you need to trust. Some are wary of other energies to trust, but that does not make them wrong. Just a direction you don't want to go. Even in a negative direction, some just like going in those negative directions. And for them, that's the right way. For many of you who have seen that, done that, oh, thank you. This is why you see things that others don't. Why you pick up on energies that others don't pick up. Because you've been through it already. You see it, it's like, whoa, something there is not right. And others think, what the hell are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? Because you've been through those things. This is why some of you see things differently. That's how it works. It's very complicated to really bring up, but we're slowly, as you open yourselves up. So knowledge will come, just basically be true to yourself. It's just forgiveness is a big part, but being true, just believing in that you can do what you're here to do. Many feel like they're not doing enough for the universe, but you got to do what's right for you. So blessings to you and your connections. Yes, we're connecting to all planets. Many of you are connected to planets. Many of you incarnated through those planets into this world. Many of you, yes, are Jupiter beings that are used to having a body, but not so dense. Be able to connect to others' energies very quickly and see their whole lives in an instant, and be able even to go into those dimensions where they came from. Because many beings are birthed through dimension. Yes, you are birthed through a body as a baby, but many beings just come out of energy. They are energy and spirit, and they just come through a dimension, and now they are a body being, just like that. Jupiter has that capability. Not all beings see all dimensions, just like your world. So some might see this version, that version. Once again, everyone's going to see things differently. For the most part, some of you will connect. So go by the energies that are right for you. Trust your instincts in all of this. Blessings. One moment. Mother Mary. A moment. This is Mother Mary. Many souls feel like they are not accomplishing what they're here to accomplish. They feel as if, well, spiritually, they feel like they are not doing enough. You are being you for this moment. You're doing your best, and that's all that matters. Many feel like they need to excel. But you are getting through the day, you are doing what you feel is right, and that is what matters most. Yes, there's always more and always less, but you just being you. Yes, some of you want to feel that you can excel further, and you are following your heart, but it's not always meaning it's going to happen right away. Your goals do take time. Your body is adjusting. Your mind is adjusting. So you and your mind and your body stay together when you connect to your goal. And you use it in the right way. Sometimes you get there too fast. You don't know what to do with it. Your way goals are down. And you even forget about your goals. So, sometimes having what you want isn't always the right thing at the right moment. You want the right time, basically. Yes, realize many want an alien connection, but once again, many of you are getting to know yourselves. That does not mean you won't have an alien connection. You're just basically, you're clearing out the dust of this reality, the thought patterns, the mood swings you don't need. So you can basically have a decent conversation with a being from another world. Some of you already have these connections, but not always right with yourselves. Like, I have to clear out this anger. I have to feel more positive. It does take time. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. But there is some fear to let go. Because fear is a roadblock, but also worth exploring. Some are not ready to let go of their fear. They need it. It's a protector. It has its positives and negatives. Sometimes fear is just to keep you from going into a venture that some areas in the world you don't need to experience. So fear does have its positives. Because the soul is just like, oh, I can do that, but oh, maybe I just... Sometimes many just let it go. But then again, you have to follow what's right for you. Because if you regret, you can go a little bit too fast. So you have to just... If you feel like holding back and not going very far, that's fine. Meaning, as for spiritual connections, you feel like you can, but you have to one step at a time. Many want to do a giant leap, but you have to, yes, do the work to grow. And growing is not easy, as some of you see. And growth can be boring, but that's also a test to see if you can handle it with what's to come. Because there is a lot of boredom on this world. And are you going to use your boredom in a right way or a wrong way? Are you going to do it for yourself? Or are you going to waste time doing things that... Nothing wrong with wasting time. But some souls do a lot of wasting time. Your society is actually built on wasting time, actually. Nothing wrong with that, but soul growth is technically a waste of time, depending on who you are. Staring at a screen, playing video games, some do grow in different ways. Some actually go into that video game and actually just become that character. That's why someone plays so well. They actually possess the character you're playing. And you connect to the vibrations of it, and you tune into it. How can I play this game better? Because you're tuned into that character. You know how to move around and do this and that and all that. Yes, there's much to learn about your world. Yes, it's not always going to be the clearest. It's not intended to be. You want to have a windshield that's not clear. You're clearing it with your vibration. You're clearing as you're ready. Sometimes you needed fog to see the future. Over time, you will bring energies to make everything make sense. But having it not make sense is part of the plan here. So the journey is what matters most. The adventure of just basically going into the deeper side of yourselves, to go into the darkness side of yourselves. Is that where you want to go? Because many do go there, but then they know how to come out. Some don't want to come out, as you can see. But when they eventually do, the future becomes more... Because some do stop time so they can be in their darkness. That's why some don't age very well. They don't age at all. Some don't age, some age very drastically. It's different for everyone. But timelines are shifted when one person connects to a dark timeline. Either goes faster or slower. So, as you go into soul growth, you'll understand more about your reality. What matters most is that you are comfortable with being you. That was helpful. Alright, just give a refreshment energy and something a bit different. Alright, take care everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. Much love.